Hello everybody and welcome back to another exciting episode of Crusader Kings III, the Wrath of the Northmen. We have a look at our Jarldom right now, the Jarldom of Westland, because we do have a few things political wise that we need to do. First of all, we have won a terrible war, a big war, and all of a sudden we have gray hair, so the war kind of has taken its toll on us. So we've gotten significantly older also with our look there. We are now quite an old guy and we have lots of traits, lots of stuff, so I hope we're not dying anytime soon, because also my children are terrible, especially Björn. I don't like Björn. The reason for that is, well, Björn doesn't have any sons. That means that if I take over as Björn, I will probably not have an heir then, so we probably will have to think about something, killing my firstborn, something along the lines. What we want to do though is, with the Jarldom of Westland, we have a few things at hand. First of all, we do have quite a few vassals now. The problem here is that all of them are powerful vassals, right? So we really need to keep them happy. We already have one that is not that happy with us anymore, and thus I would like to do something else. While some of them are still happy, we can do that. We can increase our tribal authority. This cost me 300 prestige. This would reduce the vassal opinion of mine of minus 10 right away, but I can revoke their titles and I can retract my vassal. So if I don't like someone, I can just retract them from their status. Also, I can imprison characters then, and tribal rulers with non-tribal lieges may settle, becoming feudal or clan. So this is one of our first major steps towards becoming feudal. So right now we're still a tribe, but we want to become feudal at some point to get civilized. So let's pass our high law authority law that we have, and thus it happened. We have now a high tribal authority, which is the third level on our way to the absolute tribal authority. The absolute tribal authority will be the most powerful one, and this is the one that we need for getting feudal. Though before we have that, well, let's have a look. There we have our first one here. He is already pretty unhappy with us. So another thing that we want to do right away is, in our decision making, we want to do something fun, right? We want to do something that increases the level of the opinion of all of them. So I'm preparing a feast. For the feast we still need a bit more money, but that we'll have soon, right? We do want to have something fun that increases the opinion of all of them. Now, how we can do that? Well, we can ransom a few more of our prisoners. We do have a few at the moment. Some of them do have money, some of them don't. Like this guy here, Jarl Arikur. Oh god, this unfortunate guy here, he only has 3 coin left, so he really doesn't like to do anything with us anymore. I don't think we'll ever be able to get him up on the opinion. I think I will just let him rot in the prison, right? Because there's nothing worse than having this guy here coming out again for 3 coin for favor. That's not even worth it. His wife is also behind prison bars, so she's also in the same prison here. They're probably sharing. No, they're not sharing a prison cell. I'm not doing that, but yeah, both of them are in there, so we totally destroyed this dynasty by letting them rot in prison, which is fine. I'm fine with that. But of course, we're not getting that much more money out of it. Another thing that we have, another problem while we wait for the money for the feast to come in, is our holdings. We still have way too many holdings that we can actually have, so I need to give one of my holdings as well also to one of my vassals, or my future vassals. I have been corresponding with your Chancellor, Chief Nicholas, and I must say that I've come to see you in a new light. Perhaps you're even someone that I one day would be proud to call my friend. This is Jarl Björn. Wait, is that my son? No, it's not my son. Who is that guy? Where is he? He's up here. We get 30 opinion for him. Very good, so we're friends almost. Now, what I really want to do is, here in Sogn, I want to give this chieftain of Sogn to someone. Or we have this one down here as well, but I think long-term wise this will be better for us. Plus it has a way higher supply limit. It's just a better holding in general. The Rigia Filki, it's more to the south, you know, up there. The further we get up north, the more desolate these countries become. So I rather want to stay here in the south. And let's give Sogn to someone. Sogn that we have, or no, actually yeah, it is Sogn, right? And we do need to give that to someone. We have Dan of Bebbanburg. Now Dan, Bebbanburg, I know that name from someone. I love the show. And from Bebbanburg, and he is 40. He doesn't have a spouse yet. He doesn't belong to any foreign country house or something like that. So he's a good vassal. let's actually grant him the title of Forsoggen. We've also got, oh, my Marshal Dan has been showing off a promising new recruit. We also get someone new now, and that is Ivar Snarfari. Ivar Snarfari is a bold atheist, and he's my guest now. Hello. Yes. Let's give now the Chieftain of Sogn. We could also have, what? We do have the Chieftain of the Isle of Man. What? We have this one as well. I didn't even notice. We have the Isle of Man under our control as well. Yes, well then of course we're giving this to Dan of Bavonburg. Even though he might not live long, right? Isle of Man is something that lots of people want. It's in the middle between Britain and Ireland. Or between England and Ireland. But we are giving it to him because I don't want to have that many holdings. So, I hope you like me for that. Dan, plus 11, that is fine for me now. And also, we lose the permanent penalty of opinion on our vassals because we have more holdings than we had. Now it is even again. We've also gained another perk, which is the absolute control. Enables the absolute control for counties. Or we have the stalwart leader. Now let's go with absolute control. What we could still try for our son Björn. Well, since he doesn't get any more children out of this marriage here, we might try to scheme Cappy. We might try to get rid of her. Right, she's old, she's done her job not really well, and in that case we could dismiss her, turn Cappy Vertenen into a wanderer and send her away from your court. I have no idea what this is doing. We could also just have a murder scheme that would succeed, certainly. Let's do the murder scheme. I hope Björn doesn't find out about this, and hopefully it succeeds. We have a 95% chance. Where is my court? My court will support the scheme, and in that regard, we don't even have to invite anyone. We already have 2 agents here on board with us, the High Chiefess Sophia and Victis. Victis, what are you doing here? Spymaster. Alright, I'm fine with that. Now, hopefully we can kill the wife of my son, of my firstborn son, because he needs a new wife, a young one that gives him sons, stuff like that. We need to prepare for that. Now, we have enough money. Let's go for a feast. A feast will be held. This is a feast, may increase your vassal's opinion of you. You lose 30 stress as well, and, well, perhaps some events are happening or something like that. And there, the feast is being held. The guests are gathered in the great hall, lords and ladies from near and far reaches of the realm. The mood is bright, the spirits are high as the feast begins. It's also pretty cool that the music in the background changes with it. We could all tell High Chiefess Sophia had too much to drink, even though she insists on showing us how sober she was. Simply rising from a seat proved too much for her, and now I'm covered in stinking vomit. Oh, you ought to be ashamed of yourself, Sophia. Huh. This is not good. That was not my intention. But she's my wife, you know. You ought to be ashamed of yourself. That's fine. She's my wife. She can dislike us. My lord, the wine, we cracked open the next barrel. It has gone bad. It has all gone bad. The feast is still raging, but without drink the mood is sure to dwindle at a cruel pace. The wine merchants should still be in town. We all have to pitch in. Come on now. And we spend a bit of prestige there. This is now how I imagined this a feast would be. With everyone headed for their respective homes, I'm proud to say that the feast was a success. I have my wife Sophia to thank for much of its success. What? She vomited. And I feel nothing but gratitude as she sees the last few guests off. Okay, we gain 150 prestige and every guest gains 20 opinion of you for 10 years. So at least that was good. All of my vassals now like me. I'm endorsed by my realm priest once again, though I still don't know why this feast was a success. The wine ran out and my wife vomited at the feast. So 2 things actually that I would say are total catastrophe to any feast. But still, my people liked it, so that should be fine. The time has come, my agents are in place. One of them will pay the assassin the very night the deed will happen. Another will ensure the wall is unguarded. 95% chance that Kepi is killed. It seems to have been difficult to get Kepi by herself, but once the assassin finally did, she was not long for this wall. I have covered my tracks well, and if anyone suspects me for being behind the attack, no one dares to say it out loud. Right, nothing happened out of it. My heir is unmarried, and we can find Björn a new wife finally. Let's have a look what we have. We do have a Norse one here that gives me the alliance with Kelmo. She is 30. And she's got a perfect name, Holmgersdottir. She has a good stewardship, which would help us because our domain is getting bigger. The more stewardship we have, the more holdings we can have ourselves. That would be important. We do have the chiefdom of Actesai. Oh, this is all Norse. We have Russian as well. Now down here we have Pura Randesdottir, she's called, and she has claims on several titles that are not that far away from us. She's Norse, she has the same religion, she doesn't have a huge penalty, and the best part of it all is that Björn would get 400 prestige out of this marriage, right? So that's pretty big. Let's send out the proposal. I haven't found a better one at the moment, so this should do. And she accepts the marriage proposal, so my son is now married once again with a very young one. He's got 880 prestige now, so once we get power with him, we could do a lot of things. And in that case, yeah. Oh! Cancer, a stranger inside. There is a thing inside me which is not me. It eats its way through my flesh, feeding off my life force. Its strength increasing while I wither away. I push my hand against the growth under my skin, my fingers aching to tear it out. The thought of it growing makes me want to puke. Send for the physician now. Oh god, do we have a good physician? Finally, my servants have found some people who might be fit to serve as court physicians. Either way, I fear I cannot afford to be picky now. Ingrid has the experience. She looks... Oh, she's got good learning. This one here has worse learning, but costs probably less. But... No, let's pay Ingrid. She's the experienced one. We do have the money. The time has come to treat your cancer. I would recommend drastic measures, but the choice is yours, my lord. Do more what is necessary. Cancer a little brighter. Ingrid insisted that my humors were out of balance and that the best way to restore them would be through bloodletting. After consulting the astronomical charge, she decided that I should be bled from my armpits and temples. The bloodletting turned out to be just what I needed. For now, the worst of my symptoms are alleviated and the world seems a little brighter. You gained reduced disease symptoms for 5 years. Alright, sounds good. So I think we bought ourselves 5 years there with Jarl Ariker. But I guess his time has come soon. So if he's got cancer now, there he is. Fertility minus 20% health, critical penalty. We cannot use him in battle anymore. My spouse, what is happening? My spouse is patron of theologians. You gained 100 piety. We have gained this because my spouse has poor learning skill. Oh, if she would have a higher one, we probably would have gained more out of it. Preaching, and we spent 50 again. This problem happened in spite of your court chaplain's average learning skill. Unorthodox doctrine. And Tyke has significantly improved as well. Do we have enough piety for our own religion? Right now? Let's have a look. No, a new religion just costs insanely much. It's incredible. 5,000 piety we would need. At the moment I cannot afford that. What I can afford, however, is fighting, right? We still live. My army will not be commanded by me anymore, but at least we can do something. I also want to go with some raiding. Let's do that. Let's raise my army. How many do we have? 2,000. That is at least something. With that we can do a bit of raiding. Right up here. Oh, they're being raided there as well right now. Alright, there we have a bit of it. 19 gold. We do need a bit more gold. Oh! There is a bigger kingdom coming out, or bigger realm, that we shouldn't be fighting that hard. There's something here. Though I think it's... No, supply limit is fine. And we get another martial skill. And the overseer. That would be our new trait then that we would get. This would give me +2 martial and +2 stewardship. Please, please give me another holding. No! I should have had that though. Strange. Let's continue. There's oh, we're in Sweden then. We've raided that. Let's get over there. We are in dangerous territory there at the moment. Under siege, the true enemy of every soldier is complacency. My vassal chieftain Alfir says he nods energetically. We are standing side by side upon the castle's wall, looking down on the soldiers conducting drills below. We could exchange the castle's gate for planks of wood and dull the arrows in the troops' quivers. He continues, lead the soldiers in a mock charge against the castle and see how well they do in action. Yeah, good idea, sure thing. And what I've also noticed is... No, actually, yeah, it's fine. Under siege, a tightly shut gate and walls that loom high into the sky. Archers can be seen as shadows moving behind the battlements, and a feeling of genuine excitement permeates the air. In the lull before battle, I turn and address the soldiers. My order rings out loud and clear across the field. Okay, go through the sewers. The stairwell echoes as another dull weapon bounces off the middle pillar. For the second time in a matter of minutes, I curse the tight spiral that blocks us from swinging our weapons at the defenders. The heaving breath of the soldiers around me is deafening, and with every repelled attack they grow more resigned and frustrated. I have to take charge. Don't let up, we will overwhelm them. Oh no. Oh, come on. Taking the final step onto the walls surrounding the castle, I survey the scene. Many soldiers have been lost to the archers on the walls, but we will not be deterred. One after another, we overwhelm the defenders and stand victorious over the fallen. I take a deep breath, and then it's time to press on again. This is a game, right? The castle is... Oh, and we bring back 85 coin and 85 prestige from the raiding. The castle is ours. Among the celebration, soldiers and I find Chieftain Alfra, who congratulates me on the charge. Well led. Look at them, my lord. The change of pace did them good. Even you seem reinvigorated, even though your castle was just lost to the attackers. And the holding of Horda Filki gets an improved defense. And we do get another martial skill. That is pretty cool. And with that, we have unlocked the Stalwart leader, which is good for battles, though I don't see myself in battles anymore with my character at the moment, right? We do have another problem, though. That is Chieftess Gila, this one here of Further Filki. She doesn't like us. She doesn't like us one bit, and her opinion of us gets worse. She's only 13, so we cannot give her a court position yet, but she doesn't like that, of course. So what we're going to do with her, well, yeah, we're going to murder scheme. Even though the murder scheme is very weak, we still can try it. Right, so let's just have a look there. Can we invite anyone? Sif here, she would give me 85 chance if I bribe her well. 31 coin for that. Yes, this gives us a much higher chance on the murder scheme. And thus we have a 95% chance now of that for only 30 coin. We do need to get rid of her. If she dies for the chiefdom of Further Filki, the next in line is this guy here, Arekre. He's a courtier, and he's actually well to us, right? So, the man in charge of cleaning the clothes of Chieftess Gila's guards is brought to me. No one will notice him tampering with their cloths if something distracting for the guards could be planted. I want to grind roast hips really fine, whatever that means. And we get, we have to pay 50 coin for that, but the murder scheme progresses. This guy here, I want to marry him because he's the next in line, and I want to marry him with one of my daughters. Or my granddaughter, that is fine too. Is this working? Matrilineal? Oh, matrilineal is not working. Wait a second, I do have a daughter, right? Oh, but they're too old. Oh, and she's got someone, my youngest, and he's in prison. Huh. This guy here is in prison at the moment. We might... I've started the murder now on this gal there. So in that case, this useless idiot here, no idea. We need to get rid of him, but we cannot. By the time my son Tyke comes to me with his plan, he seems to have already made up his mind. Serving with the Varangians and in Miklagard will bring both wealth and glory. I cannot deny that part, but I could deny his request. On the other hand, would it be right to stop someone in their pursuit of glory? Go with Tyr's blessing. Gains the trade Varangian. Right, that's pretty good for power. And moves to stay at Basileus Constantinos, the 7th court. Oh! Tyke. He would join the Byzantine Empire for a few times. He moves to stay there. I don't know. This is an interesting one. We could also forbid it. Then he would stay with us. Though he is our son. He's one of my heirs. I don't know if I really would like to give him up though. Though we do have quite a lot of sons, right? We have Kjartan as well. Let's go with that. Perhaps something interesting happens in Byzantine. Who knows that? Off he goes. Right, so he's gone now. No, he's still not gone. I think he's still with us. I hereby invite you to a feast at my court in Utanamdal. It will be a grand affair worthy of your honorable presence. Greetings, my liege. That's my vassal. He doesn't particularly like me. His wife is good at scheming. Oh no. First of all, why doesn't he like me? I've been pretty good to him. And is he not in my court? I don't think he's in my court, right? Nope, he's not in my court. Oh, I can do something about that. He's good at diplomacy. That's the chancellor. This chancellor is though my vassal, but he likes me a lot. He's also a fine steward. This is also my vassal though. My spy master. Oh, I have a bad feeling about this. Can I give him that position there? Yes, I could give it to him. He's not good at it, but we do need to make him our friend. Perhaps something else. I think he wanted to murder me with the feast. Now we are positive. Let's just say yes. It will be a pleasure. Every guest is gathered in the great hall and our gracious host, Chieftain Alpha, has welcomed us all. Oh my goodness. Well, I'm going to leave you with this cliffhanger in the next episode. Stay tuned.